Want a formula for a diverting political tempest? Take a provocative speech by the best-known conservative voice in the land.
What is so strange about being honest and saying, I want Barack Obama to fail?
Add an observation by the White House Chief of Staff that has all the subtlety of a hand grenade.
Who do you think now speaks for the Republican Party?
You just named him. It was Rush Limbaugh.
Throw in a criticism by the Republican National Chairman.
Rush Limbaugh, yes, it's incendiary. Right. Yes, it's ugly.
Which he quickly follows up with an abject apology.
Targeting Rush Limbaugh.
Rush Limbaugh versus the White House. We're going to
then stand back and watch the mixture come to a boil.
Rush Limbaugh.
Republicans charge the White House with unleashing a weapon of mass distraction.
Do they want to see the president's economic agenda fail?
Why?
Democrats, including the party's national chair, charge that Republicans are cowed by a commentator who is wishing the nation ill.
When Rush made the statement of, look, I want the president to fail, that was just a very important thing to point out right there. We're going to shine a spotlight on that, and we're going to ask the American people, is this the way you want your politics to be?
What's going on here? At root, this issue, or argument, or sideshow is a tangled mix of arguments about what was said, who said it, and when it was said. It's also the latest example of an old political tactic, trying to define the other side by its most polarizing figure.
Why would I want that to succeed?
In an ordinary time, what Limbaugh said would not have been at all surprising. Why would a dyed-in-the-wool conservative want a Democrat with an ambitious agenda to succeed? For that matter, did Democrats want President Bush to succeed in cutting taxes for the well-to-do or changing Social Security?
I can hear you. The rest of the world hears you.
But by contrast, nobody wanted Bush to fail in the days after September 11th. And today, in the midst of a global economic crisis, failure can imply that very hard times will befall the country. A point that ex-House Speaker Newt Gingrich made this weekend.
I don't think anyone should want the President of the United States to fail. I want some of his policies to be stopped.
Thank you all very much.
That, according to Limbaugh's defenders, is exactly what he was trying to say.
Rush wants Barack Obama to fail in implementing his agenda, and he thinks that is what's good for the country. That is a perfectly respectable point of view. That's what the opposition usually believes.
But for some conservatives, Limbaugh appeals to the converted while appalling those in the middle. One poll shows why Democrats may relish the idea of Limbaugh as the face of the GOP. By a 27-46 margin, Americans view him unfavorably. And this would hardly be the first time a political party had tried to attach an unpopular face to the other team. For decades, Republicans worked to identify Democrats with Jane Fonda, Jesse Jackson. Back in 1996, Democrats tried to make then-Speaker Gingrich the running mate of Bob Dole.
Took $2.4 million from foreign interests.
It is a tactic, says one of Limbaugh's least favorite Republicans, that could backfire.
And I think they make a tactical political mistake. If you fight with the White House fights with you, you must be a pretty big guy.
But for most Republicans, the notion of Limbaugh as leader is an idea whose time has not come.
He's not the leader of the Republican Party.
Rush Limbaugh is not the leader of the Republican Party.
He doesn't play in the Republican Party.
The need, says one veteran GOP strategist, is not a new face or voice, but a set of ideas.
The next election is not going to be about Rush Limbaugh. That only happens in James Carville's dreams. Next election is going to be about who's better for the middle class, big spending Democrats or free enterprise Republicans. And we Republicans have a lot of work to do to be able to make that case now and win.
Polls suggest that only a small minority of Republicans regard Limbaugh as an important leader of their party. Will that stop Democrats from trying to define him that way? Not likely. Jeff Greenfield, CBS News, New York.